joining us now. Cheri Stoka is here. Cheri, good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to have you with us. If you have a weight loss question this morning, 694-1050. The rain barrel full, Mr. Question Man. Let's get right to business. Question number 1 this morning.
Our first questioner wants Cheri's thoughts on elimination diets.
Yes. So just to define elimination diets. So that is specifically, avoiding foods that harm you, that cause inflammation, that elicit an immune response. So yes, I believe I definitely am an advocate of elimination diets, but I feel that you really need to know what you're doing, because the problem is that, there's so many people now that have food sensitivities. So they stop eating a specific food or food group, and they do that for years and years and years. And then they start to develop more problems because they're avoiding those specific foods and not getting those nutrients. So you do really need to know what you're doing. We do food sensitivity testing. That's the ideal way to go about it, because then you're not guessing. The problem is I see it all the time. People are like, oh, I can't have this food. And then we later realize that it wasn't that food. It was what they always ate with it. So always, kind of thinking that there's definitely more to it, but it can be very powerful and healing to the body for sure.
Know what you're doing when you get into this kind of business. Like I always say, you got to have the proper plan. Let's go to number 2, which involves the burning of fat, Mr. Question Man.
And not in the oven. What is the best way to burn fat, Cheri?
Yeah, Pete, do you want to answer this?
Yeah, stop eating garbage.
Yeah, that's absolutely one way. I know it's
good
so
answer,
funny.
Pete.
I was going to say another word, and I
eating.
realized where I was. So,
sometimes if we go back to the basics of just stop eating and stop eating so frequently, but I think to be more strategic, the best ways to burn fat is to go longer periods of time without food. So, the intermittent fasting, because if you think of the body in 3 buckets, you have sugar stores, you have fat stores, and you have muscle. The body is always, always, always going to go to the sugar stores first. So you can spend your whole life just burning sugar and never dip into the fat stores. So you have to be strategic, right? Again, it's about being strategic. So intermittent fasting, another great way is exercising in a fasted state, skipping breakfast a couple of days a week and going straight to exercise. So that can be very powerful in burning fat. And the last I'll say is there's specific nutrients that will help mobilize fat, because we have different fat stores and we have to be, we want to get to the right ones. So I would say those were the main ones.
All right. I don't know. Skipping breakfast, I was told as a boy, you better not skip breakfast. You don't do that. That's bad for you, man.
Especially without sugary cereal,
yeah,
or your strawberry Pop-Tarts there, Bill.
Yeah, filling your sugar bucket right off the bat, right?
All right. Last one, Mr. Question Man.
Should we limit the amount of times that we eat certain foods during each week? So, like maybe keeping fish to 3 nights a week or something like that, Cheri?
Yeah, I would say the main ones are fish, because of the toxins that they swim in, and so mercury levels are getting to be more of a problem. So fish, you definitely, unfortunately, you want to limit that to 3 times a week. I would say another big part is animal protein in general. We need protein. There's no doubt about that. But Americans just in general are eating way too much, and this is causing more problems. Protein in excess is very toxic to the body. So really making sure that you're eating enough protein, but not eating enough, and eating less of the red meats. I mean, we know studies show that there's just higher correlations with red meat and certain types of cancers. So I would say those are the big ones. And then, of course, your starchy, sugary foods.
All right.
Limit those just altogether.
Wayless MD and Wellness, Southport Plaza. The first visit's free. How do we get a hold of you, Cheri?
Yeah, our phone number is 262-226-2046.
Check out waylessmd.com, Spotify podcast, and Boy, your next success story is right there at Wayless MD and Wellness. Cheri Stoka, thanks as always. You have a great week and stay away from that Halloween candy, all right?
I will try. You too. Thanks, guys.
Good luck with that.